Hi, my name is Michelle, the reader, also known as Natural Born Witch on eBay and other sites. I'm a metaphysical practitioner, psychic, intuitive, and tarot card reader. We're going to be doing an energy reading and the feel I get around Jamie Foxx today. I've been asked to do a reading on him for a little while now, and today we're going to do it. Now, I'm going to stop the video here and there because one thing I don't like to do a lot of editing, so I like to stop that way I make sure I don't make a mistake and try to avoid too much editing. Also, I do have a bunch of notes so I can cover everything I want to say. And so you'll at times see me reading notes and whatnot. But at the beginning, you saw the spread I did um, that I pre-pulled. I will be pulling more cards, but I did a pre-pull card and some energy on Jamie. And, and also, I have my little ghost box here and I figured we'll keep it open. That way, I know Jamie has a sister who had passed away in 2020, Deandra Dixon. So, if she wants to come through, she's welcome to give a message to her brother. Let me see. I think I might, I don't know. We do have the setup here of Jamie Foxx, the cards I pulled. And interrupt. Ida. Stars. Master. Okay, maybe like that might work. And I'll just pull each card off the board there for now, and then we'll pull more cards as we go. I don't know if you can see the ghost box, but you'll hear it. Whatever words are coming out. I just got it on the the setting for the words that are preset in there, but they have like, I don't know, 2,500 and then keywords that they can program if Deandra is actually, present. And I wish I did call her forward. So who knows? I other times when I did a reading, there's obviously very loving feelings. He was a very good brother, so there's no real issues. So okay, well let's begin. I don't know if maybe I should move over more. As always, setting up. Sacra res, Nana. These are the words that started coming up. It had said sun and maleficent. Gas. Anyhow, you can hear it as it goes. A bunch of different words. Wagon. Okay, so first card that everybody won't be open. the first the first card I pulled for the energy around Jamie Foxx was the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so like I said, I got my notes to the side here too, so I'll be looking there too, and you got a lot of good view there with all my celebrity dolls: Whitney, Diana, Princess Diana, Jim Morrison, Vanity, Prince, Michael Jackson's. There's what do you call him? Queen. What do you call him? Freddie Mercury. Uh, there's over there we got. I have Marilyn Monroe, but I have Harry Styles, Elvis, Dean Martin, Dean. What do you call that guy? Dean. Back. I can't remember. Quick Dorothy, Leah back there. There's Stevie Nicks. Anyhow, okay, so Two of Pentacles for Diddy as the um first gotta get into his own first card. Okay. So for him, this is about him in the two worlds, like the pressures of two different. He's juggling. This is usually about juggling, multitasking, and that kind of thing. For him, it's representing juggling the world of, the Hollywood world and the world of his personal life. 'Cause Jamie Foxx is a very nice guy. Um, I'd even go like sane, like in that compared to, Diddy say. He doesn't have, he might have went to these parties and different stuff, but he doesn't have the same kind of um, unscrupulous, I guess would be the word. And again, this is all alleged and this is all for entertainment purposes, okay? But Jamie is more of a level-headed type person, and he's a more of the personality that if something is being wrong, doing that he knows is morally wrong, he won't partake or that kind of thing. He has a higher moral standard than say Diddy. So and in a lot of ways, I feel he might be the one to out this whole thing eventually. You can tell he kind of wants to already. But a lot of times they don't want to because of their career. They still work in the industry. They will get blacklisted. Absolutely, they will. They can do it to Drake. They'll do it to anyone. They don't care who you are. Prince, they don't care who you are. They'll do it to anybody that doesn't follow their program. So, we'll expose them. Um, this whole higher up, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it, the CEOs of all these record companies, the Hollywood high big wigs that behind a lot of this stuff, all of it, rock, whatever, all of it. But anyhow, Jamie, even compared to say Jay-Z, um, he's a little bit more of a that has a lot more morals, and he wouldn't. There's certain things he'll do, and he likes to have a good time. He likes to have fun, but there's only so far he's willing to take it with, and I think a lot of ways he's ready to expose it. I think he knows down deep how that Advil or just same as Aaliyah headache, and all of a sudden next thing they know they're out and unconscious. He knows how something seems unusual about what happened to him. He's a pretty fit guy. He used to live in Thousand Oaks area, and you get catch him here and there at the Thousand Oaks Mall, and he works out somewhere out there too. He was a fit guy, and did this thing. I don't. I think this was brought on by something what happened to him, and he knows it. He's never been the same. I mean, I love the guy. He used to be so funny, and he is still somewhat funny. But last I saw when I did watch that special, I don't think he was as funny as he used to be. He's trying to come back. I mean, what do you expect when someone's been in a coma for God knows how long, and or in the condition he was for that long time period? You know, it's a long road back, if ever fully back to normal. So then we have the sun came up for move my notes here. The sun came up for him, and this is about him being in the spotlight, him being successful, um, and in the spotlight, um, and the spotlight shining on him. Um, Happiness. He's happy. He's a he's normally got a happy disposition. This is really his kind of disposition. Really, he doesn't like negativity and negative things, even though he knows what goes on in Hollywood and all the stuff. Even him dating that Scientology girl, I don't want to say her name, but he knows what goes on. But he's a positive in general. His he's a positive type person. So, um, and he this is about illumination and him being in the spotlight, and even in some ways, yeah, his star is shining. Or he was a bright star. And that he basically had like a polished type exterior. He was always well put together. He was always fit. He was just, yeah, he's a good guy. And he still is. Like I said, he is. And I think in a lot of ways he does want to expose things, but he's treading very carefully. Knight of Wands. I don't think he's treading carefully because he's necessarily guilty of anything. I just think, again, because he needs to work in the industry, he doesn't want to be blacklisted or seen as a snitch or, that kind of thing. Plus, who knows what will happen with Diddy. I believe he will, be sentence in prison. But I think a lot of them aren't sure who's going to talk, and if next thing he's out, and you got to deal with that. So then we have the Knight of Wands for Jamie. This card came out because this is also a part of his personality. This is about a person who's kind of, you see the guy rushing forward. And he is a Sagittarius, December 13th. So he is a fire sign, which the wands are. This is about a person rushing in who likes risky pursuits and excitement and fast action and, seductive fun times. And that is definitely um, Jamie's personality. All these are, he's sunshiny and happy, but he's also got this kind of rush in and let's have a good time, let's party, let's turn it up type personality that kind of plays to this duality um, of his personality. And it's not just with Hollywood though. I mean, at home, I think the duality is more he is this kind, down to earth person, almost not Hollywood. But on the other hand, he can be very Hollywood at times. He juggles it all, the home life and the normal Texan guy, and also this wild Hollywood type person. So these are all his personality there and the energy around Jamie. And then as we go into the next three cards in his of the 12 I totally drew at the beginning with the energy around him, we get the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, the Three of Pentacles is about working in teamwork and um, working together in collaboration, but in reverse, it's the opposite. It's the collapse or the breakdown of those kind of teamwork and organizations. So I think this starts talking now about what has gone on. You know, he's almost not fully out of the club, but a little bit out of the club because of things that he has said and done since um, everything has happened to him with his medical condition. Um, he he might even be been used or manipulated into different stuff before and again after to keep him silent. But I feel this is a kind of a rift. This starts to be the breakdown of him and this Hollywood connection, and because of what they did to him, and they don't care. They know obviously you're not going to be happy with it, but it's a warning and a message. I always find it weird too. I never realized till after when you heard about it that at the time this happened to Jamie, he was doing a movie with what do you call her, Cameron Diaz, and she had dated Diddy for the longest time. I find that to be a weird coincidence, right? Anyhow, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Again, this is usually about money and legacy, building your family legacy, but in reverse is the opposite. This is a breakdown because of now what they're doing to him. They're pulling away from him, the teamwork, the joining with him, and seeing that he's kind of speaking out. Now, not only is he worried about his legacy, his place in Hollywood, his ability to make money, especially if he speaks out on Hollywood and or the music industry. He's actually part of both, Jamie. This could affect his finances and his future for his children and just his name and his legacy. And I think in a lot of ways it has already, really, because like I said, I don't feel like he's what he used to be. I love me some Jamie Foxx, especially in the Living Color back in the day. But um, financially, I think they ruined him anyhow because he's not what he used to be. And then we got the Queen of Cups came up next in reverse. This card came out for Jamie because this talks about him being it's an emotional card because cups, of course, emotions, and normally upright it's about a woman who's or a person who's very intuitive and that kind of thing, knows things. But in reverse is about betrayal. It's about, this is saying like about him being manipulated, influenced, even about betrayal. This is what this is coming up. All these three came up in the third. These are 4, 5, and 6 cards that came up after the first three that talked about his personality. And then these three came out about what is going on with him basically now since the incident happened with his illness and the money, and this is all about what he's going to lose, coins, and then the manipulation, the emotional and manipulation of him, and basically like threats, and you know um, he knows that he can't really speak out. He knows what's good for him for different reasons, basically not only financially but in other ways too. And this also speaks to being emotionally burnt out. So this is cups is about emotions. This is about him feeling, and this is about energy around him. This is about him feeling emotionally burnt out, feeling stressed, feeling, all the can't trust people around him other than his children. Um, but it's about abuse in like the elite circles. Can't trust the elite circles that he used to trust before, and feeling kind of emotionally isolated. This is a very strong card there for that. Okay, this next card that came out for Jamie, the Three of Cups in reverse, a very interesting card for his energy around him. This card speaks of gossip, secret gatherings, even the freak offs, that kind of thing, secret parties, and about overindulgence and false friends, just the underground Hollywood elite type circles, especially in reverse like this. Very, it's, this is all about that, you know, about all these secret parties, but also normally for any other person in a normal reading, the reverse of this talks about gossip and people talking about you, and being disconnected from those kind of groups. So a very interesting card to come out for him too. Then he got the Eight of Pentacles, and this talks about his work ethic, how he's still trying to work to rebuild himself now, reinvent himself, distance himself from the situation that happened to him and what's going on with the trials, um, and just rebuilding, kind of rebuild himself, the new him now that, um, I think in some ways he does know he's not quite up to par what he used to be, and maybe he never will be. He realizes that, but he needs to regroup then and find himself, the new way he's going to be, reinvent himself. So this is a card about his craft, building back his craft, building back the old Jamie Foxx as much as he can, and reinventing himself. Hopefully away from everything going on as much as possible. A lot of people in Hollywood and music are having a hard time doing that, but especially ones that were old buds with, this whole situation and those parties. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, and that came up in reverse. So this is about a loss of direction, even being naive in some ways. Page are usually young energy, youthful energy. In reverse, and for him, because he's not that he's not youthful, but he's 50, whatever, 57, 58. But this is about betrayal and deception, like naive, like trusting. I feel trusting his friends, trusting these people. He was in those circles for so long, joked with them and hung out with them, and never thought they would turn on him to do what they did, allegedly. Um, and also to, he's rethinking things. You never thought he would get, say, blacklisted or anything. But he knows he's being silenced from saying too much anyhow. But just all the realizing that, you know what, there are no friends in Hollywood, there are no connections. The only real connection he has is his daughters, really, or family, say family, at least close family. Sometimes they can even be, depending, extended family or other ones can turn too if the price is right, right? Hollywood and money. It's all about money. They can almost pay off anybody. They got lots of money, and everyone's seems to be for sale. And this can also talk to also a bit of missed or blocked opportunities. Now that everything's come out and maybe they're not sure what he'll say, or this can talk to, and because he did say some things at the beginning or inferred a few things, who might be involved, this could be missed opportunities and opportunities not coming towards him no more because of everything that has gone on. Okay, and then we got the High Priestess upright for his next card. In relation to um, Jamie and this everything going on, this card speaks of basically occult activities and hidden knowledge and all the secret societies and secret groups that he's involved in, or that are involved in Hollywood and the music and the whole bit. So um, it's about deep secrets and esoteric activities, even hidden contracts, NDAs. I'm sure he had to sign quite a few of those. And that's probably partly why he's not talking. All the NDAs he signed, he can't say a lot, or he might get legally in trouble. Things he has seen with all the rituals and occult things going on, even if he didn't partake in them fully, just being in their presence, keeping all of it secret is basically going along with it, right? He never not went to parties because of all that stuff. So, he was basically um, part of it, or okay with it, because he continued to do what he did and hang out with the people and go to parties and whatnot. Yeah, so this is about all that occult activities, secret societies, secret groups, rituals, even psychological games they play, mind warfare, that psychological programming, all the stuff. What happened to Brittany? She's not the same. Of God knows what they did to her. Yeah. So yeah, and in some ways, I just got a feeling just now, like something almost like he blames himself in some ways for what happened to him, but not because who he didn't tell him to do it to him, but I think because he went along with it, and he knows of it, and you gamble with it. One day you can be at the wrong end of things. I mean, look at Kanye. You know, so they all do. I mean, that's just part of the pledge, part of the whole program, right? Anything could happen at any time. And then this Ace of Wands in reverse. Actually, the last two cards, but this card kind of gives me. I feel a little sad when I hold it in relation to Jamie. It feels almost like he's trying hard to get back, do his thing, but it's like stifled creativity. His spirit has been stifled. His spirit has been, and his passion has been. That's why it's upside down. That one passion has been stifled, quelled. He's not, like I said, he's just not he knows he's just not the same what he used to be. He's trying, but because of the trauma and fear and manipulation, he's just being held back, and being shut down, and he's just doesn't have the passion and spark he used to have, and that's what this card feels like around him. It's about being burnt out from everything going on, but also partly his passion is being held or not being able to, his, his spirit or passion is being dampened. That's the word I think I'm thinking of, trying to think of. And I think partly part of it is not just within himself, but because he's being blacklisted too in some ways. And then the last card I pulled of the 12 right now is the Four of Swords in reverse. Upright, this is about someone needing rest from the battle, rest from the problems and that. But he got it in reverse. And again, this card, just like this one with his passions being held down, this card gives me chills too, because in reverse, this talks about trying to recover from a nervous breakdown, from any illness, from mental breakdown, um, some a spiritual attack. This is, like I said, this is normally about resting after a battle, but in reverse, this talks to him trying to recover from whatever he had there, stroke or whatever it was that happened to him after he took that Advil and ibuprofen type medication. Um, that caused like a stroke-like condition. This is about him trying to recover and get back to as close to normal Jamie that he used to be. It's sad. These two give me sadness. These two cards. Um, yeah, there's something with those liquid gel caps anyhow, but I won't even get into that. That's another time. But anyhow, we're gonna pull maybe a few more cards there. I got this deck. I usually like. There's our little thing going here. What does it say here? Around and what's that? Nor leg. I don't know if anything's popped up since I've been talking, but okay, let's pull some cards here of the from this deck. What's this deck called again? I can't remember. The Big Eyed Dream Tarot. Okay, let's a few cards from this one. Let's put those over here. Let's see what comes out with this. So we wrap it up for the energy around Jamie. See if we get what else you want to tell me. Spirits, guides. Oh, we got the chariot. The chariot came out a bit actually before too, but chariot's usually about moving forward past obstacles, so that's good. In this tarot, it says it's about willpower, self-discipline, success, but it could also be about lack of direction, uh, uh, lack of self-confidence. I feel that's what this card is. The chariot in this deck, I think, this is speaking to Jamie's lack of self-confidence right now, lack of direction, but that he's still determined to move forward and trying, but he's a little bit not sure, not sure, not sure of himself, not sure where to go, not sure what's going on with everything. What else we get here? Anything else you want to tell me, Spirit? About the energy around Jamie? Anything else you want to tell me? Pretty much. What else you want to tell me about Jamie? What else you want to tell me? Anything else we haven't talked about? How Jamie's feeling, or is he worried? Is he scared? Let's see. This is Six of Cups. Um, but looking back, nostalgia. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Six of Cups is about he's feeling nostalgic, remembering the good times, remembering when things were simpler. Like, sure, he knew things might not have been, you know, they weren't acting the best, him and Diddy and the rest of them. But it was still some, in his mind, light-hearted fun, just foolishness, foolery, messing around. He remembers the good times, and he wished things were like they used to be back in the old days, old times, that kind of thing. 90s maybe. At least in his mind, because he wasn't doing all the bad things that we've been hearing has been going on in the trial. So for him, it's just a little bit of kid silly behaviors and wild single life fun. Let's get one more. Wrap this up. Anything else you want to tell me about the energy around Jamie Foxx? How is he feeling? His sister, who's in that picture there I have, is quite fond of him. He was a very good brother, kind, very kind-hearted person. So the Ace of Cups came out in reverse, but what do we got here? Oh, yeah. So he feels disconnected, a lack of trust, heartbreak. Ace of Cups in reverse. This came out for Jamie. So he's feeling disconnected, lack of trust, and heartbreak over what's happened and what's happened to him, expectedly from this whole situation. I mean, what's with this taking Advils or those ibuprofen, like Aaliyah too? And all of a sudden your like brain's bleeding. I took some. I couldn't find some. I'll tell the story anyhow. I couldn't find some around where I'm at right here in LA for the longest time. And finally, when it came into the store, it had to be generic, no name. I usually do the gel, the liquid gel. And same thing. I took it, only a couple, and then I haven't had nosebleed since I was like 5, and all of a sudden I had like really lots of nosebleed. Oh, that's weird. And right away I thought of Jamie and the brain bleed and the coma he went into. There's some weird stuff going on. I don't know. And I know they always target me. I get followed to this day, but no one ever believes me. I can't complain to anyone because they never listen. They don't believe me. FBI, police, they're all full of it. Sickening. Anyhow, two of swords came out for him in reverse. So And that's probably why people like Jamie and that don't complain either. Up to this time with this whole Diddy thing, who'd believe them? Even when Cassie, you have to have video, you have to have pretty much, them on voice. You need so much proof. No one believes you. Police don't believe you. FBI don't believe you. I know tons of people. In fact, I wonder if one's on trial, talking the Diddy trial right now, because she used to work for Bad Boy as an assistant, and she's, friend told me stuff. They don't listen. You can complain on those people how many times and tell them things they've done to you, and they don't believe them at all. So there's a wonder no one comes out to complain, right? Okay, so two of swords. So what do we got here? Came up in reverse. So again, it's a card of two of swords. Normally about picking two paths and not sure which way to go because of you don't have all the information. In reverse, this card, because this is like, again, this is an unusual oracle type one. This one says it's about false friends and forced decisions, and avoiding responsibility. So this is what he got, the two of swords that came up in reverse. Should we do one more and see what else we get? I like this deck. This Big Eye deck is one of my favorite decks, actually. Things that come up out of it is pretty good. Anything else for yeah, this one? Got the Six of Swords. I'm not sure which way it came up though. Six of Swords. I dropped half of them, so it looks like this is the last one. Um, well, this could be a card. Six of Swords, card of pride, defeat, submission. Okay. Anyhow, I think we get the general idea, the energy around Jamie. He's a good guy, great guy. Feel bad that, but at least he's got his health. Regardless of if I think he's as funny as he used to be, or if he is or not, he's got it. His health is on the mend. Um, and hopefully it stays that way. And hopefully one day he'll come clean with what went on and not worry. I'm sure he's got enough money that you know It might be more important than worrying about being blacklisted in Hollywood. Maybe when enough of them come out. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I enjoyed reading for Jamie Foxx. I'm glad I finally got a chance to do it. And stay tuned. I got a lot more videos coming out. All right. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. And also don't forget to check out my eBay store, Natural Born Witch on eBay. You can Google. I have a lot of candles, soaps, charms. I sell good luck charms, bring in money, remove bad energy, protection items. I sell everything, candles, soaps, charms, statues, and more. Marie Laveau, like I got back there, you probably can't see. And different ones like that. Yeah. All right. Take care.